Hey, what's going on, everyone? My name's Tim Williams. We're here to break down today's MLB slate over on DraftKings. It is Sunday. We're going to talk about this main slate here. A lot of good information in these slides. I think we're going to really have a clear path on where we're going to want to go here. So if that sounds good to you, make sure you subscribe. I'll have a link right below in the description, or click that little button right on the old video here. And let's just jump right in. First game to talk about here, we have the Braves taking on the Phillies. Phillies favorited here at home, 9.5 over under. You have Touki Toussaint taking on Aaron Nola. Toussaint 5.9K, making his second start of the year. A lot of strikeout upside here. Got plenty of strikeouts in the minors. He has to watch out for the walks here. I don't mind the matchups. The matchup here, Phillies do strike out quite a bit. I might, if you're building many teams, Toussaint, I think, can be in the mix because he is very cheap. He allows you to pay up for some bats. And there's some big bats that I definitely want to get into my lineups today. And then Nola on the other side, 10-3. Been fairly consistent, definitely been getting blown up at times here. 29.8% strikeout rate, which is very nice. Opponents hitting 257 off of him with a 305 on base percentage. Tougher matchup against the Braves. I think I'm going to kind of more stay away from Nola in this one. You have to pay a lot of money, a lot of salary to get him. If he kind of blows up, that kind of kills your lineup a little bit here. So Freeman, I don't mind here at 5.4K, 264 batting average against Nola in his career, 2 home runs, 8 walks, only 6 strikeouts. So he definitely leads the way for the Braves. Albies 4-1, Peterson 3-4, some power upside there. Riley 3-8, hitting 300 against Nola with 2 home runs as well. So I don't mind getting to the Braves here. Next game here, Nationals against the Orioles. 10 over under. Espino taking on Means. Orioles are favorited. Espino 6.4K, 16.7% strikeout rate here, 44.5% fly ball rate. I don't know, not a ton of upside here. The matchup's okay. And on the other side, Means 9.3K, only making his second start back from the IR, 24.5% strikeout rate here, giving up a ton of fly balls at 48.5%. I'd like to see some more consistency, so I'm not going to get to John Means today. Tough matchup here. I actually really do like the Nationals. Turner, Soto up top. Very expensive, though. If I had to pick one, I'm going Turner. Bell, Zimmerman, if he's in the lineup, Harrison. There's definitely always ways to stack the Nationals. And then on the other side, Mancini, 5.3K. Nice, decent one-off here. Mullins as well, 4.9, kind of pricey. Orioles have a ton of value, so I don't mind getting to some of those guys if you really need to save some money somewhere, if you're paying up for some of these pitchers or whatever. Mullins, 229 ISO against righties, which looks pretty good. Next, we have the Cardinals Reds, 10 over under. Reds favorited. Oviedo taking on Gray. Oviedo 7K, not a ton of upside here, right? 7K is just a little bit too much. I think 17% strikeout rate here, really walks a lot of guys 13% of the time. Tough matchup against the Reds. And then on the other side with Gray, 9.8K. Just, you know what you're going to get out of him. The strikeout rate is nice, about 30% there, but he gives up a ton of walks. If he has some sort of ailing injury, he's going to be out of the game in like 3 or 4 innings. So there's a risk there with Gray. Cardinals, I don't like the matchup for Gray. So Cardinals, I think bats are in play. Goldschmidt, Arenado, both at 5.7K. Kind of risky because of the salary. They're going to really have to, pay that one off. O'Neill 3-4 has the power upside. Bader, I don't mind as well if he's in the lineup. Edman in there, just kind of if you're full stacking here. But I think the Cardinals are in play. For me, I don't know how much I'm going to get to St. Louis because there's other teams I want to get to. Reds on the other side, Winker at 4.6, Votto 4.4, Indian Naquin. I think a lot of these guys are a little bit too cheap. I think the point per dollar value is pretty nice. Even if I get to like a 3-man red stack, I think you can definitely easily, get there with some of these other big bats on the slate. So next, we have the Padres Marlins, 8 over under here. Padres favorited. Darvish taking on Hess. Darvish, probably my favorite spend up as far as, salary goes on this slate. 28% strikeout rate here. Does give up a lot of fly balls, but he is pitching in Miami, where it's a nice ballpark for him to be pitching in. On the other side, Hess looks like he is going to be starting today at 4K. I know the Marlins had a cheap pitcher going against them yet, going against the Padres yesterday. And that worked out really well for him. But I don't think it's going to happen again. Hess can give up a ton of walks. Marlins bullpen's not that bad, but the Padres are just so good. They take walks. They hit home runs, right? Tatis at the top, 6'3", totally worth that salary, right? Cronenworth, Machado, Grisham, Pham. Those are the kind of the top five I really like here, but you can get different with like Hosmer, Myers. I think Padres always, in play here. And then on the Marlins side, I just like Darvish too much in the spot. So no interest in the Marlins bats. Next, we have the Blue Jays Mets. Blue Jays away here in New York. Mets favored in 9 over under. Stripling against Hill. Hill making his first start for the Mets here. Stripling 8.6K. He's given up a lot of home runs this season. 18 home runs given up. 23% strikeout rate here. That the home runs kind of correlate with the amount of fly balls he's given up. 45% fly ball rate there. And then on the other side with Hill, 7K. I don't think I'm going to get there. His first start with the Mets. New kind of environment for him, 23% strikeout rate, does walk a lot of guys 9.5% of the time. Just has been struggling a lot. There's a reason why Tampa Bay kind of maybe cut bait. Mets really needed somebody at the back of the rotation here. I really love the Blue Jays in the spot. I will gladly pay for anybody on this team today. Vlad at 6K, Semien, Bichette, Hernandez, my favorite bat, 4.7K, really good point per dollar value here, 373 ISO against left-handed pitching this season. Springer's probably going to be leading off. Just love the Blue Jays upside in this one. And then on the other side with the Mets, I know, Stripling has given up home runs a lot this season. Alonso would be my favorite bat at 5'6", but the Mets have been just so inconsistent. It's just kind of a dart throw as far as if you think they're going to, really hit Stripling or Stripling will have a good game here. So I just more prefer the Blue Jays bats in this one. So next we have the Yankees Red Sox here. Red Sox favored at home, 8.5 over under. Kind of a cloudy day in Boston today. I think there might be some light showers here, but nothing too crazy. Not really going to get to the pitching today. Germán taking on Perez. Germán 21.6% strikeout rate here, giving up a lot of fly balls. Really love the Red Sox bats in this one. Perez on the other side, just a little bit too expensive. And a 19% strikeout rate here, not a ton of upside. But the one thing about him, he's more of a better real life pitcher here, 31% fly ball rate. Not totally interested in Yankees bats here. Standing at 4.4, has the power upside here, but probably just going to fade the Yankees. And then focus really more so on the other side here with the Red Sox. Devers, 5'4", really love that bat. Martinez, Hernandez has been on fire. Bogart's always in the mix here. And then Duran really allows you to pay up for any of these Red Sox bats, especially if he's hitting in the 2-hole. That's really, really good value at 2.6K. Next, we have the Rays Indians, 9 over under here. Rays are favored here. Yarbrough taking on McKenzie. Yarbrough 9.5K, just a little bit too expensive for the kind of upside that he may give you. Just under 20% strikeout rate here. Good control, just a really good pitcher. Really limiting fly balls at 34%. McKenzie on the other side, 7.9, just really high variance pitcher, 30% strikeout rate, which is great for him. But, that comes with 17.5% walk rate, 48% fly ball rate, just really risky pitcher in a bad matchup. I really like the Rays here along with the Blue Jays. Lau at 4.8, Choi hit a home run yesterday. He's been looking pretty good. Cruz looks awesome. Wendell at 4.3, maybe he gets a little bit low owned. Franco or Rosarina, those guys are all in play here. And then on the other side, I like Franmil Reyes because of the power upside, but like I said, Yarbrough only giving up, so much fly ball. So I don't know if I'm really going to get to any Indians bats here. Next we have the Rangers taking on the Astros, 9 over under here. Astros favorited. Hearn taking on Greinke. Hearn 4K, real cheap. Strikeout rate's kind of nice in a small sample size, but walking too many guys, 12.7% walk rate here. He's giving up a 219 ISO to right-handed batters. Just real tough matchup here against the Astros. Greinke at 10K, I think the price is a little too high. He's really going to have to hit his ceiling to pay that off. For that reason, I'm not interested in Greinke. I'm not interested in Rangers bats. Greinke in general has been really good against left-handed batters, and the Rangers really, most of their power comes from the left-hand side. Greinke worse against righties. Garcia, the one right-handed bat on the Rangers I would be interested in, but he's really been struggling. I know it doesn't matter. He could go off today, right? I just think Greinke is more experienced. The strikeout rate's not great for the price, 18% there, 34% fly ball rate here. So just going to fade the Rangers here, probably going to fade Greinke because of the price point. But really, really love the Astros bats here. Altuve, always 5.3K, real nice price. Gurriel, 4.6, Correa, Alvarez, Tucker, love them all. Next, we have the Tigers Royals 10 over under here. Tigers favorited in this one. Skubal taking on Lynch. Skubal, 8.2K. I think the price is fair. Tons of strikeout upside here. 26.6% strikeout rate. Does come with a high walk rate. Does give up a lot of contact, especially to right-handed batters. And then on the other side, Lynch, 5.2K. Another call up. He hasn't looked good at all this year. Gives up massive contact to right-handed batters. Gives up contact to left-handed batters too. The Tigers are in a really, really good spot. So it's just kind of up to them to make it happen. And I really like the Tigers here. Haas, Scope, Grossman, Miguel Cabrera at 2.9, just cheap value, hits lefties fine. Hill as well, 2K. I think it's a nice salary saver there. And then on the other side, Royals, yeah, I think they're definitely in play too. Skubal is, again, like a high variance pitcher. So, he's going to go out there and strike a lot of guys, but he's also going to give up a ton of contact. So I think it's a coin flip. I think the Royals look pretty good here. Perez, that big power bat, catcher, 5.3, Merrifield, Santana, Soler, Dozier, really like the power from the right side. Next, we have the Angels Twins here. No real favorite, 10 over under. Berea taking on Ober. Don't really like any pitcher in this one. If I had to pick one, it'd be Ober. Berea 5.5 could be interesting, but he's looked decent in years past, but definitely not like a DFS type of pitcher. He doesn't really have that high ceiling, so not going to get there. Ober at 7.8K, 23% strikeout rate, which is kind of nice, but he's not getting a ton of ground balls, 29% ground ball rate here, really giving up a ton of hard contact, a lot of fly balls. Angels, their lineup's a little bit watered down. I like Walsh in the spot at 5.2, but he's been kind of struggling as of late, and he's kind of expensive. Ohtani 6.4. I like him in the spot as well. Obviously, he's one of the best players in baseball, but the rest of the lineup, I'm afraid they're not going to turn this lineup over, multiple times. So I think I'm just going to fade the Angels here. And then on the other side with the Twins, I think they're interesting. I think they're priced pretty fairly. Kepler's cheap at 3.9. He might lead off today. Donaldson 4.7, Polanco 4.9. Sano has power upside there, kind of boomer bust. Larnach, I think the Twins are pretty interesting. Berea, I don't think he's going to go very far. The Angels bullpen, one of the worst in baseball. So even if you can get to a Twins like 3-man stack, I think that could do you very good today. Last but not least, we have the Diamondbacks Cubs. And before I forget, make sure you hit that like video. Really helps me out a ton. I enjoy making these videos. It is pretty fun to talk baseball with you guys. So drop a comment below. Make sure you subscribe so don't miss out on any future videos here. And let's just get into this last one here. 9 over under. Cubs favorited at home. Smith taking on Williams. Smith 7.4K. I think it's reasonable, right? The Cubs do strike out a decent amount. He does strike guys out 25.8% of the time. Just kind of a risky play here, right? 27% ground ball rate, 48% fly ball rate. So he's kind of volatile. And then on the other side, Williams at 9K, 22.9% strikeout rate. I don't mind it, but the price is just a little bit too high at 9K. Matchup's great. 47.8% ground ball rate. So he gets a lot of ground balls. It makes me not as interested to take guys against him. Pavin Smith at 3.5K, I think is a fine punt, but I think there's just better bats on this slate, even for value. Varsho's been on fire at 3.8K, so I don't mind that, but Other than that, not a ton of interest in the Diamondbacks. And then on the Cubs side here, Baez, Contreras, Bryant, Marisnik, Rizzo. I like them all. They're just really, really overpriced in this matchup. Not very good point per dollar. So I have interest in the Cubs. I don't know if I'm going to get there. I'd much rather get to the Astros, the Blue Jays, the other big name bats, and then there's other value on the slate I like to get to. So that'll do it. Enjoy your Sunday. Good luck today. Thank you for watching. Peace.